There are 3 things that I hate in life: taxes, nausea, and booking vacations. The first 2 I'm stuck with, but for the third, I use Sandpiper Vacations. Sandpiper Vacations is a small business that is LGBTQ+ owned and operated with travel advisors all over the country. Whether it's a cruise, a trip to a theme park, or an all-inclusive resort, Sandpiper has you covered. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free. Why book a vacation when you can have someone else do it for you? That's like choosing to take the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Leave the headaches of booking a vacation to someone else. Get your quote today at www.sandpipervacations.com and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
So hold up.
Yes.
When they said it was $100, why didn't you just pay the $100?
Because it's my insurance company. I can't tell them what to do. They got to listen to the insurance company. I can't do that because I
you can't just
Scott, and then it's then they're like, nope. Yeah, you touched it. Now you did it.
Oh,
you got to play their game. It's very frustrating.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting for a call back from Monday. Currently it's Wednesday, so you're at their mercy. So anyway, so now it backed up again. So they are coming back out. So what did I? As soon as there was a flood in the basement, I said to Emily, "It's like, yeah, if you don't mind, if you clean it, I'm gonna make some phone calls." So I just I played like Angry Birds on my phone for like 40 minutes, and then I called the insurance company.
So hold on, you made her clean up the sewage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your pregnant wife?
It was diluted sewage. There was so much clean water.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studios. It's time for the No New Friends podcast. The podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. The good, the bad, and the funny.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
That's right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family, and number 3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us on all of our social media, all of our links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise, and also join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. That's our Patreon, and for as low as $2 a month, you get exclusive access to all of our unseen interviews, cutting room floor, and then watch all of our recordings live as they happen, whether we are on YouTube or not. Speaking of which, right now we are streaming live on the YouTube for everyone publicly. We always stream segment 1 live every Wednesday night, right around 8 o'clock-ish, and then NNF reacts always directly after that. I gotta smoke a cigarette real quick and then we do that. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, my amazing co-host, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
It's me. Who keeps giving me the wrong script?
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
Mary. Can I do that?
You have to pay her a penny.
I got the wrong script too.
And our producer, Alex.
Oh, what's up, buddies?
So, guys, it's Wednesday, and it's no longer like busy holiday season. So, Sarah Lewis and I resumed our trips to Hollywood Studios today.
Nice.
Yeah.
We did.
And
Glad we got invited.
Yeah, what the hell?
you're in Ohio.
Would
have been nice to get the invite, right?
At least an invite, yeah.
It's like when you're having a wedding and you invite people you don't even like, and they'll say no. You still got to send them the invite.
Right.
We send you pictures so you feel included.
You just send us the same picture every single time.
Well,
it's not.
they're
Lewis and I are doing a different
poses.
pose. Yeah, we're doing different poses. Today we held each other very tight.
You're on Tower of Terror, and Sarah did not write it again.
We were close. We were really close.
Oh.
We were in the queue line, and when they asked how many, I said she allowed me to say 3. And then she goes, no, 2 and 1 non-rider. So we were close. We're getting closer. I think it's going to happen.
Scott thinks he was close the whole time, and I had this mentality that I was never going to get on the ride anyway. So
did you tell her there's like a bar at the top or anything?
Well, see, I wanted that to be a nice surprise. Yeah, before the drop, there's a bar. But what I'm thinking, see, I make the mistake. We always do Tower of Terror first. And I'm thinking that we need to wait until after the tequila stand opens up and then get her on Tower of Terror.
Yeah. You know, I was actually thinking that today, that I have done the things that I'm most scared of after tequila shots. So I think that we should reverse our process and
Like
do
anal?
Tower of Terror That's on you. And Nick, I guess.
Yeah. Tequila made Chris do anal, but
That was water, actually, Nick. That wasn't tequila. Yeah, I was completely sober.
So I'm going to change up my strategy next time. So there wasn't not a lot of eventful things happen. However, we were walking and I had to. So Sarah always starts the day off with a sweatshirt, no matter what temperature it is. And then after Tower of Terror, she removes the sweatshirt and is down to a tank top. Chris, I had to do a double take. And I'm like, Sarah, did you get tan?
She can't tan. It's impossible.
Is Puerto Rico rubbing off on you?
Oh.
Like
Lewis?
I don't know.
think
She's a
that's
brown
natural,
person by
Scott.
insertion now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he can do that.
But Sarah has some color to her.
Really?
She does. And I said, Sarah, do you go out and tan? And Sarah's response is,
I pay for it because I do it myself. Once a week, we exfoliate and we reapply the tan.
Oh.
So, yeah. Yep. So totally fake, 100%. When I went to Puerto Rico, I actually started this before my trip to Puerto Rico so that I was tan. Right. So I was tan when I got there and not try and get tan while I'm there because I would attempt that day one and end up burnt as can be. And then I would have ruined the rest of the time for me. So
Scott, you should try that.
I'm okay. I'm okay with my wife is like, oh, I got to get some color and all that. I'm like, why? Who cares? The whiter, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
wow.
Well, when every single person tells you that you're blinding them with your paleness, then you kind of want to adjust your skin tone if possible.
I guess. I mean, I've never really met anybody who's trying to become darker. Well, I mean, during summer, I guess, the bikini season. Or whatever.
I use the term bronzed goddess, so let's go with that. Yes.
It's like a salad dressing ad, Salad Works.
Listen, you already have a nickname. I can't change it up anymore. I've already ordered
cut that.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's really only the first 2 days, if I'm being completely honest, then it fades out, so it's all right.
This was fascinating to me also. So Sarah had to buy this pair of jeans, like these 1970s bell bottoms. It was I was a little bit thrown off by the whole what was happening, but mostly because I was fueled by Bud Light and not really paying attention anyway. But she's like, okay, well, I financed them, and I don't know what that means. Finance things the only thing I finance is a car, but it was this whole my notepad on my phone is all buy now, pay later. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, this is how we're not broke. And I'm like, but don't you have to pay for it eventually? And all at the same, how does that? I don't understand this. I don't put things on layaway. I don't buy things and pay later. Explain to me what this is.
Well, it's not really layaway because isn't the concept of layaway that you have to pay for it before you get the item?
Right.
Okay. And then you get the item after you pay.
Yes.
This is literally you're online and you can pay a portion of it at the moment. And then every 2 weeks, it splits it into payments. And there's multiple apps to do this. And I'm very familiar with every one of those apps. So basically, I owe, $11 here, $30 there, every 2 weeks. But it's fine because I have everything I want in the world.
Okay, but let me ask this question. So what happens if you don't pay? Are the internet police going to come find you and take the jeans back?
Actually, I genuinely think that it's based off credit. It messes with your credit. So if I don't pay, it'll hurt my credit. Also, I have it on auto pay. So as long as I'm getting paid, they're getting paid. It's just that Scott, I don't want to pay outright.
Scott, just saying, credit is something that your wife has, but not you.
I just thought that I swipe my card and I get things. I didn't know that it's a bill that you have to pay. I don't know anything about that. Chris, do you do this buy here, pay, or buy now, pay later, whatever?
Yeah. So this buy now, pay later thing's great. PayPal is the best because you just go on PayPal and you can basically buy anything with the buy now, pay later. The where it gets a little dicey is when you do it so much and you just owe so much per week that you have to start like putting your groceries on the buy now, pay later. So like my milk is now financed over the next 4 weeks. That's when things start to get a little complicated for me. But it's like you just have to. It's like a Ponzi scheme, but it's not illegal. But it feels like it.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Now, is there interest rate on this? Like, so
0%
is the milk
interest.
now $20? Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
There are some
Yes.
that charge interest,
But we don't mess with those, right, Sarah?
We really try not
No,
to,
we don't
honestly,
do
unless
that.
you really want something.
Yeah.
And usually my husband is the one that says, sure, let's get this with the interest. And it really hurts my heart. But if it's what he wants, I have to abide by it.
Okay.
So I'm a big PayPal
That's
guy.
very
PayPal's
interesting.
0% interest. When you go into like a firm, sometimes a firm wants to take some money from you. Sometimes we don't do that. We don't do that. We just do PayPal over here. But yes, like I said, my groceries are now financed. Like I'm paying for like groceries from 3 months ago, still to this day, through buy now, pay later.
Okay. Very interesting. I'm blown away. Well, while we're talking about Sarah and her bronzing and her buy now, pay later, Sarah, you've got a thoughts from a Jew for us tonight, right?
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely, I do.
Thoughts from a Jew with Sarah in the crew. Looking for a bargain every time it's true. A vintage treasure hunter, she's never a bore. A comedy wizard and so much more. So join the fun, it's time for Thoughts from a Jew.
Well, being forced to make this message for you. I was never really a big fan of you, so it's kind of hard for me to say anything heartfelt or nice. Oh man, it pains me. Like I feel like a chest pain from saying. Anyway, you know, you're not really around much. You're there like once every month. You've been gone for like the last couple months. It's crazy. You always have some kind of excuse for not showing up to the show, and it's just infuriating. Wait, what's that? What? Oh my gosh! I thought this was for the other girl host that was on the show. Oh my gosh, Sarah! Totally different story, Sarah. Happy birthday, Sarah! You are a ray of sunshine. You are always in such a good mood. Whenever you show up to the podcast, just make your energy, your happiness is just radiating to the rest of us. You are the best. I love every episode that that I can hear you talk now, since you aren't interrupted by, I don't know, other people. It's just great to have you around. So happy that Scott heard 30 seconds of you on Nerd Archive podcast and thought, you know what? We need this girl on our show. So happy that happened. You are the best, Sarah. We love you, and happy birthday.
Hey there, Sarah. Justin popping in with a quick,
oh my God, happy birthday. Woohoo!
I hope that you're having the best day ever. That's all from me, so...
Hey, Sarah, happy birthday. This is Ryan. Florida man, Jersey man Ryan. The one from North Carolina. The tall one with a beard. Oh, I'm the one that you and your husband spent 3 days in the park with last fall. There was another guy there, too. I can't remember his name. Bald guy, doesn't talk to me much anymore. What was his name? I feel like I won a gift card from him like a month ago, and he still hasn't asked me for my address yet. Anyways, have a happy birthday, Sarah, and stay away from food trucks.
Hey, No New Friends podcast. What is going on, everybody? It is I, Lord Remy. First and foremost, from all of us here at the Roundtable family, we would just like to give a huge birthday shout out to Sarah. Sarah, happy freaking birthday. Also, I remember when I first met Sarah, I met her in Lewis when I was working back at Rock and Roller Coaster over at Hollywood Studios in the photo department. So it was cool getting to know Lewis and Sarah while we were there and while I was working actually. And we just had a good time talking and whatnot. And Sarah's a huge Star Wars fan, and so was I. And then we just kept talking about Star Wars for a little bit. But then we took the normal Remy picture. But Sarah, happy birthday from all of us here at the round table. Now, before I go, I have a little joke for you, all right? A woman on a train walked up to a man across the table. She said, "Excuse me, but are you Jewish?" No, replied the man. A few minutes later, the woman returned. "Excuse me," she said again. "Are you sure you're not Jewish?" "I'm sure," said the man. But the woman was not convinced. And a few minutes later, she approached him the third time. "Are you absolutely sure you're not Jewish?" she asked. All right, the man said. "You win. I am Jewish." "That's funny," said the woman. "You don't look Jewish." Sarah, happy birthday, and I hope you have fun, and please stay safe.
Hey Sarah, it's Nick, your favorite emotional support gay, and hopefully the only emotional support gay in your life. Today I just want to take a moment to celebrate the day that you came out of your mother's vagina. It's the only time I ever think about vaginas, so I want to take this moment to celebrate it. So let's raise a glass, and by glass I mean a double shot of tequila, and raise it up to your mother. Well, let's raise it to yourself, because you know what? It's your birthday. And in any birthday celebration, you deserve all the tequila, and you deserve Lewis and those delicious gray sweatpants that he has on right now. Oh my gosh. Sorry, back to you. Happy birthday, Sarah. Enjoy.
Happy birthday, Sarah. We love you. You're the best bonus mom ever. Te amo más, te extraño. Te extraño más.
Hi, babe. Yep, this is your Puerto Rican brown husband. Wishing you a happy birthday. I love you so much, Mama. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for making my life better. Thank you for everything that you do for me and for the girls. I cannot ask for a better partner in life. You are so perfect. You're fantastic. You're amazing. I just want to wish you a happy birthday. And I can't wait to see what we're going to be doing on your birthday. So, I love you so much. Te amo mucho. Y espero que tengas un buen día. Te amo.
Hey, Sarah, it's Scott from the No New Friends podcast. Just wanted to swing by, wish you a happy birthday. Thank you so much for joining me at the theme parks on Wednesdays. Have a super fun time, even though I pout when you guys need to leave because, 86 fun. But you are a great addition to this podcast and even a better addition to my friend list. Yeah. So I didn't mean to go last, but I wanted to give you and Chris and Nick and our listeners one last gift. So here it is. Happy birthday, Sarah.
No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of kids, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. In community where Scott makes his stand. Bold and proud with a mic in his hand. Loving dogs too much, in awkwardness he thrives. Social interactions where hilarity arrives. Chris the scumbag with cards to trade. Tears for no job but in collections he's made. Pokemon cards and Cliff's notes to share. A podcast journey with a comedic flair. No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of kids, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. Sarah, our Jewish princess seeking a deal. Vintage collector with a taste so real. Food truck critic surviving the test. Mispronouncing Spanish, she gives it her best. Nick from Piper, our emotional support. With vacation dreams and a heart open wide. Flirtatious banter, innuendos that play. In a world of laughter, we're friends.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing.
What the hell? That was awesome.
Thank you, guys. Listen, I need a shot now because I wasn't supposed to be in tears, all right?
We'll pause for one.
Yeah, we can pause.
That song's not going to get a
happy
hit anytime
birthday.
soon.
Oh, I know, right?
Listen to it in the car and.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I freaking love that thing.
That's awesome.
That was perfect.
I mean, like, clearly the singers are like from Pakistan or
that
something.
was the best part about it. Where everything unfolds. Oh my God. That was the best part.
I know.
The accent was my favorite. It sounds like a Bollywood theme song.
Yeah, right.
I love it. It actually sounds like a 90s like Power Rangers theme song. Like it sounds like you're getting ready to watch this like action-packed 90s show.
Right. I'm very happy. I was very happy with the with how it came out.
That was amazing. You're gonna have to put that somewhere. Send me the link. Actually, send me the link, or not the link. Send me the file, and I'll put it on like a looping video, and I'll put it on our YouTube channel so that we anyone who wants to hear it can listen to it. That'll be our new stream starting soon song.
Yeah, there you go. I wasn't worried about stream starting soon.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just want to get that hook in everybody's head. That's all I care about.
That's so great.
It was like Amazon customer support singing.
That's the best part about it.
I know. It's been a goal of mine. I've wanted kind of that rock anthem, and now we kind of have it. So.
I love the accent. That's the best part about it.
At first, I didn't love it, and then the more I started listening to it, I was like, okay, I think it gives it some personality.
That's what makes it so good, I think. Like if it was perfect, it wouldn't be good. You know what I mean? Like if it sounded like we should hear this on the radio, and like it wouldn't have been. The fact that the guy has like he's like mispronouncing just with his accent, just a bunch of that's what makes it so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. See Jaws in the chat. Need the MP3 like now.
Right.
It's gonna be number one hit tomorrow.
I love it so much.
It's gonna go on the TikTok.
Yeah,
it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, let's make it trending on TikTok.
Well, Chris, what would be really fun is, and this no deadline on this. Take your time. But if you kind of made a music video with it. Just videos that we already have.
And if he did it tonight, it would be great.
Yeah, and if we could get it done by tomorrow, that would be
awesome. Well, let's just jib-jab it.
There you go. You guys ready for Word of the Week?
Yo, yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Praise your Savior, let him speak. It's Lord Remy's Word of the Week.
What is going on? The No New Friends podcast. Hello, everybody. It is I, Lord Remy, with your word of the week. So this word has to do with something being beautiful and blissful. And this word is elation. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself, Remy, why are you discriminating European Asians? I don't know. That's the word. It's called elation, all right? So, no, it does not have to do with European Asians, okay? So the word is elation. Elation refers to something beautiful, blissful, or divine. It is often associated with a state of paradise or heavenly perfection. All right? Now, here's the history on the word elation. The word elation has its origins in Greek mythology. It is derived from Elysium, which was believed to be a paradise or afterlife realm reserved for the souls of the heroic and virtuous. In Greek literature, Elysium was described as a place of eternal happiness and bliss. Over time, the term elation has come to be used more broadly to convey a sense of beauty, peace, and perfection. Hey guys, here's your joke, okay?
Oh God.
How do you embarrass an archaeologist? Well, give him a used tampon and ask him which period it came from. And there you guys have it. That is your word of the week. And that word is elation.
This is Abby with a very special word of the week for Sarah's birthday episode. I wanted to write a very special poem that slays. So, here we go. S is for sweatpants. Sarah's favorite pants are Lewis's gray sweatpants. A is for annual. Sometimes Lewis and Sarah like to do annual. Past days at Disney. R is for rebel. From what Dad told me, Sarah's a rebel. Something about the bathroom at work. He wouldn't tell me. A is for alcohol. On Wednesdays, Sarah likes to drink a lot of alcohol. And H is for hair. Sarah's hair is so long that Rapunzel called and wants her hairstyle back. Well, guys, I have to go. I have a test tomorrow that I need to study for. And my American Girl doll just swallowed a cute little poop nugget, so I have to head to the ED. That's all from me. Slay Queens, happy birthday!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That was amazing!
We need her every week.
This poor kid does no idea.
We do also talk about how Elasian is not a word.
I know. Let's back up to that because I've never heard it.
I'm Googling Elasian. Because you would think it was ELASION. I'm like, okay, nothing comes up. Then I look in the chat and Remy puts this word in chat that's spelled ELYSIAN, which is Elysian.
Nothing to do with Asians.
I'm going to have to assume that's the word that he did this week, Elysian. But Abby, please correct me next week if I'm wrong.
I don't know. That was a fun one.
That was really good.
I love that she likes to use her annual.
I'm here all year, guys.
Oh, Jesus. Just come in.
What did she say? I'll be here.
What
Did she say I'll be here all year? What'd she say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Scott just has that random person hanging out while we're recording podcasts.
Yeah, was that
chit chatting?
Yeah, is that your college friend?
No problem. I'll get up during trip. Never mind. Nick, how was your cruise?
Did I go somewhere? I don't remember. No, I went on a cruise. I forgot. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm in the basement right now.
Well, lay off those games.
I actually didn't have any. My husband was supposed to bring me some an hour ago and he forgot. So
maybe because he ate them.
So if you didn't watch me live on YouTube, I was on a cruise.
That's homophobic.
Yeah, it is.
But I was on a cruise. I was on the biggest cruise, the biggest ship in the entire world, the Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas. So it was massive. Talking about the cruise ship, not Sean's dick.
Stop talking about Lewis, okay?
That gray sweatpants just keeps coming in my head.
So you have to explain that sometime. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Stop. Let's move on.
I'll make sure he walks in front of the camera at the right time.
So I just got back yesterday. Sean and I were invited by Royal Caribbean to go on this 3 nights cruise on this brand new ship that comes out literally next weekend. So we were able to experience the entire ship and we walked the entire ship. And by walked, I mean, we visited 25 cabins to do to do cabin tours, to see all the different cabin types available on the ship.
I thought maybe they had a swinger app or something.
Yeah, I thought you were looking for a lumberjack.
I was looking for the Grindr hookups. So apparently, Sean and I did open Grindr, went on this cruise, and there is there's these sailings that are called Atlantis Cruises. It's a gay company that puts on these gay cruises, basically, and it's all gay men. There was literally an Atlantis cruise ship right next to us with 7,000 gays on the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas right next to us. And my Grindr was blown up, but they're on a different ship, unfortunately.
You were like, I can make the swim.
Yeah.
I can make this swim.
Speaking of gummy,
hey, Sean.
my gummy finally arrived.
Your gummy plug.
I can just picture that ship, and I know Chris has already pictured that ship. No one is wearing any clothes on the gay cruise. There is just gay sex everywhere. Everywhere you look,
that's the funny thing. Like, so on a normal Grindr profile, you might have your name and like a little image or emoji or something like that. On the Oasis Atlantis cruise, it's all cabin numbers. It's literally just your cabin number. God. So those people are just laying in their cabins waiting for somebody to come in.
Wow.
Anyways, back to my cruise.
Come in where?
They were coming in me. On me. Whatever. I'm equal opportunity.
To each their own.
Speaking of Lewis. Alex, don't cut that. As I said, we were invited on a very special sailing. Royal Caribbean does these for every new ship that comes out, and it's a 3-night cruise. They invited travel agents as well as influencers. So we got to.
Which one were you invited as?
I was the travel agent this time, but hopefully influencer next time.
Next time.
Yeah. So I actually ran into a guy on there that I recognize that I've been.
Congratulations.
This wasn't the Atlantis cruise.
Did you say rammed a guy or ran into a guy?
Ran into a guy that I had been following on Instagram for quite a while. He's a gay dad influencer. He's got 3 kids. So we're super excited to chat with him and hang out. There's other influencers on that didn't recognize half the people. It wasn't like a Disney influencer cruise where I recognized a lot of the vloggers.
Right.
But we were at the casino one night and I look back and this guy's wearing a Roosevelt shirt, which Chris is familiar with the Roosevelt brand. It's a
like Teddy.
No, sure.
Actually, yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Roosevelt brands, if you want to sponsor me, I would love a partnership with you. Super comfortable shirts. This guy was wearing the Pixar hoodie shirt that I just got for Christmas too. And he was behind me at the casino and I was like, hey, it's like, love your shirt. I actually have that same one on the ship with me. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, I'm actually partnered with them. He's like, I'm an umpire for the Savannah Bananas. So
that's so cool.
We had a great conversation.
I love that guy.
He was super nice, very awesome guy. I'm like, I knew, and I don't know sports, but we knew that kind of sports because it has choreography in it. So
yeah, and for anybody who doesn't know who the Savannah Bananas are, because I didn't for the longest time, they're essentially the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. They sing, they do flash mobs. It's a bunch of fun, and there's like different rules. So the games only last 2 hours. Much different rules, which I'm not going to get into. But if a fan catches a fly ball, it counts as an out. But they wanted it to be super affordable for families. So like tickets are like $25 a piece, something like that. And it's just a really cool night out for the family. It's very hard to get tickets because they're so inexpensive, but the umpire like twerks and dances behind he's huge on TikTok.
Yeah. He was ended up twerking with one of my friends and they got a video as well too. So it was super exciting. It's just a fun experience, but it is 3 days of work. And I know people look at it and they're like, oh, you're on a cruise ship. That's not work, but it was a lot of work. We put in a lot of steps. I looked at my watch at one point and my watch thought I was dying because I put in more steps than I do at a Disney park day. But that ship is just so giant that we kept getting lost all over the place. And it was a really cool experience. And unfortunately, we had to get off the ship yesterday. Did we get off yesterday? Monday. What day is it? I don't even know.
You got off on the ship?
Yeah,
or
I did get off.
Yeah, I got off on the ship. No, we got off the ship yesterday, and they had another group come on for a 3-night sailing yesterday for their christening cruise, where they have the godmother or godfather of the ship come on. This one was a soccer player. Don't know his name, so I'm not going to respond back to it. But Mario Lopez was on it.
He's more important than
the soccer player.
Mario Lopez is not a soccer player, but he's more famous than the soccer player.
From Saved by the Bell.
So my friends that got on that sailing got to meet him and hang out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a really incredible experience, but these cruise lines and companies do it to not just send us on a free cruise, but so that we can learn and educate ourselves on it so that we know what to explain to our clients and what to show our clients. So if we have somebody like Chris that tore his Achilles tendon, we saw an accessible cabin. So I knew what that accessible cabin looks like, and it would have been perfect for you had you hurt your Achilles 8 months prior to that.
Just a little bit earlier. A little bit earlier.
Yeah,
next time I'll plan accordingly.
Yeah, next time plan it better for your cruise. So you did get a bigger cabin. Those cabins were pretty amazing. So.
Now, I do have a question about the Icon of the Seas. This is the first thing that came to mind that I've been meaning to ask you, but I wanted to ask you in person. Wanted to hear a personal answer from you. More or less orgies on the Icon of the Seas compared to a Virgin cruise?
Oh. These are very important questions.
Oh yeah, sure.
It wasn't a normal sailing, so there was only 4,000 people versus the 7,000 capacity that the ship holds.
Right.
So there wasn't
the opportunity wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't as many people, but I mean, we had one. Let's be honest. We had some fun. Ryan, who is in our chat tonight, heard all about it earlier. He was super excited and kept asking so many questions about it. He was very in love with that, especially somebody from North Carolina loves to hear about gay sex. So yeah. And then also follow-up question: how many seamen and how many people that work on the ship? Oh, good question. There's definitely a lot more seamen than people that work on the ship. Yeah,
cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
So if you want to book, if you're interested in any of the stuff we're talking about, bigger is better. I've heard, right, Nick? So Icon of the Seas is your boat.
Yeah, it's a giant cruise ship. It's literally a floating city. You can do everything from casinos to 6 water slides that were on board. There's 7 pools.
Yeah, that thing was massive. I watched your entire live, and it's still, if anybody wants to see the video, it's still on our YouTube channel. But
we only went around like deck 17. I think
massive.
we're on deck 17. I don't know what deck we were on when I was filming this. I just want to make sure I was on an open deck because I want to make sure the internet was better because they have that Starlink internet and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was just
massive. There's just like a whole park.
That was just one deck. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
They have a Central Park on that ship, right?
Yep. They have a Central Park. So our cabin actually overlooks Central Park area, which is a beautiful area with tons of greenery, and it's real live plants on there.
And it's not in New York, so you don't have like the creepy people that are like lurking in the bushes.
You still get some of those.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Not as many though. I guess per capita might be the same.
Yeah, Chris didn't book this cruise, so he wasn't on to be the homeless person.
It's usually where I hang out. Yeah, it's usually where I hang out. I just sleep in the bush. I don't even book a room.
With a little cup jingling some quarters.
I just book the Central Park. I don't even book a room.
And tons of food around the ship as well too. There was crepes and mac and cheese and chicken nuggets and steakhouses and seafood and just everything.
Is it gay to like crepes, Nick? Like, is that a gay thing?
I mean, I like
crepes.
It's a French thing.
Because I
like my sister-in-law too. So.
See, I know that's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to. I'm working on mathematically seeing where my gay percentage is at. I didn't know if crepes would swing it in the positive or negative direction, or just the same.
I think using gay math, yeah. If you use gay math, like
it's like a percentage and a
half.
You're
friends with the gay guy, and the guy likes crepes. So yeah, I feel like you're gay.
Okay.
Then.
Okay, yeah, but I'll put it like 1.5.
I love crepes.
Then that confirms it.
They're pretty good. Yeah, well, right by the crepe place too. It's up in the Aquadome, which is
What's that?
This Aquadome, it's like a 14-story tall waterfall building that's inside
on a boat.
On top of the ship. But they also do an aqua show.
They had one of those on the Titanic.
Yeah. The current Titanic, the one that's at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's a water show that they do there on board the ship. So they have high divers and they do acrobatic stuff. And there's just men in Speedos everywhere. So it was a really great place to hang out with your wing out.
I feel like high diving would be a logistical nightmare on a cruise because you think about it, the boat's moving.
I don't know how they were doing it.
So if you dive,
we were getting seasick just sitting there having a cocktail that the cocktail splashing all over the place. I don't know how you can jump.
Yeah, they're gonna miss the pool.
Exactly.
Because they jump, the boat's moving, they're going to land in the ocean because the boat's still moving.
You believe in science, Scott? I didn't realize this. So with science, objects in motion stay at motion, objects at rest. Yeah. So I think the person would miss the pull, I feel, if the boat's rocking.
Or end up in the ocean.
I mean...
Because if they jump, if they jump and the boat's moving,
and then just go through all the walls of all the cabins.
Well, I mean, if there's a wall, then they're going to smack on the wall the cartoon character or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I'm blown away by this. My science teacher told me that they can't have diving boards on pools for that reason.
And I don't know how they do it because the pool also has like a stage that lifts up and down. So there's videos out there because Mario Lopez was hanging on it.
Was this a gay cruise, Nick?
Maybe. I was on the Atlantis one.
There's a lot of pageantry for it to be a straight cruise.
There what?
Because you also saw Wizard of Oz.
Parade. I forgot about the parade too. So the very last night, they have this a pirate parade on like the main Royal Promenade deck. And we're like, okay, what is this parade? How do you have a parade on a cruise ship? So the cruise ship expands basically the entire length of the Magic Kingdom, I think. If you're familiar with Walt Disney World.
Not at all.
I don't know if you guys have been there before. So they had floats on this parade. There was a Top Gun float. There was a pirate ship. The music that they were playing for it was like current music, but they remixed it to be piratey. It was basically gayer than the Gay Pride Parade. I looked at Sean. I'm like, this is the gayest thing I've seen. And I don't know if I liked it or if I loved it or what, but there was confetti. It was a lot. and then there was the Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
If the cruise wasn't gay enough, they were
the
performing
main
Wizard
show
of Oz.
that they did was the Wizard of Oz. We got to see. We were the very first audience to see the show. It was still in what they consider dress rehearsals. And they basically warned us at the beginning, like, hey, the show might stop halfway through if we feel something's not right or off. We actually got to see the entire performance, so we're excited about it. The actress playing Dorothy, her real name is Ruby, which is really cool. That
that is cool.
That's cool.
Plays that part if you're not,
or is that her stripper name? Like before she made it into
After Dark,
theater.
maybe.
Yeah.
Did they have midgets for the Munchkins?
You can't say that.
You can't say that.
Little
Chris.
people.
Alex, don't cut that. You can't say
Says
that.
who? I think I don't think it's offensive yet.
The Eskimos say that. They said that you can't say midgets.
I think I can say that. Like out of anybody on the show, I think I'm allowed to say that word.
Or maybe it was the Elation people.
fair.
I don't know.
Like seriously, would that be for the Munchies? Do they have to have like normal size people walk around on their knees?
No, they just had normal sized people, but
you can't.
Were just
That's
acting.
not fun. That's kind of
I don't know.
racist, actually. That's more racist than saying the word, the M word, midget. That's more racist.
Right. What word was that? Can you repeat that again?
I did get to see Nick. I saw another influencer kind of posted a short little snippet from Wizard of Oz, and from the same cruise that you were on. The set looked amazing.
The set was incredible. It was so beautiful.
Badass.
The way that they started out the show is very kind of old fashioned. All the costumes on the stage was like in a sepia color, and then once they go into Oz, everything went into widescreen. So when it goes in the widescreen, you see the orchestra. They had a 17-piece live orchestra on there playing violins and piccolos and flutes and everything. It was just insane. And Dorothy flew over the audience like she was just, It was.
Wait, why was Dorothy flying
on mushrooms?
I might have been on shirt. It's not legal bring shrooms on, but if I did, she was flying over the audience. So when the tornado came through and took her off to Oz, she flew over the audience in her bed.
Oh, so the whole house flew.
Not in this story, the version. It was just her bed.
It was just her bed.
But the witch was flying on a bike at one point, and then her broomstick later, and it was really cool. It was an awesome story that definitely can be taken to Broadway. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I got. What'd you guys do? Anything? Nothing?
No, I worked.
It was work.
Terrible.
I promise.
That is not work, Nick.
You can even ask my
Nick.
You can ask Sean. We're both exhausted.
No.
It was a very busy 3 days.
There were way too many pictures of you smiling that you posted on Facebook. People who go to work don't smile.
They don't post pictures of themselves.
Okay, that
at
was
work.
fun.
That's true.
No, they don't. Yeah, it's true.
Well, they gave us an open bar tab too, and I don't drink much anymore, but there was free liquor, so I had to try it.
Yeah,
It
they
was
would
for
have been
research.
bankrupt if Scott went.
It was for research.
Be right there.
Sarah's like, I can swim there. Where's it at now?
Well, and that's the thing too. So because it wasn't a normal sailing, it was a 3-night cruise. They took us to their private island the one day, but the first day we were out at sea. And by out at sea, I mean we were probably 20 miles off the coast of Florida. We could see Florida, and there's a helicopter flying all around us all day long. Just they were taking pictures for marketing purposes. And then the gay cruise pulled up next to us, and it was a happy day.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And if you want to go on Icon of the Seas, you just call Nick, or
don't call him.
Don't call him. We're not going to give out his number. Just go to the website, sandpipervacations.com, and book, fill out the little form. Just make sure you tell them that the New Friends podcast sent you, because we love to know that. We love to know who
and
sent
we
you.
are doing a special
podcast.
promotion. If you book a cruise on the Icon of the Seas, we are giving up to $200 onboard credits for anybody that books before the end of February. So that's
a lot of money.
$200 that you can use at the casino. You can use for strippers, cocaine,
really?
whatever you want to use it for. I don't care.
That escalated very quickly. You sold me a casino.
Very quickly,
wow.
yeah.
Sarah, this is right up your alley, because I think, Nick, if I'm not mistaken, you can buy now and pay later for the cruise.
They do have an option called Uplift where you can buy now, pay later. Or when you book your cruise, it's only $250 per person deposit for Royal Caribbean. And you can pay it off over time, and gives you plenty of time to book your next vacation for the summer or next year or 2026, whatever you want to go.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do they have a?
I love.
They have a decent hospital and ship on board, right?
They do. Unfortunately, I had to visit because I needed some seasick pills, but nothing. I didn't rip my.
That was just first aid. That wasn't the hospital.
I didn't rip my Achilles or anything.
That wasn't the ED.
No, I was thinking maybe because I could go around Emily's due date with her and then just
They have a nursery on there, so you could just.
I don't know if I could pass up this $200 on board credit. That's a good deal.
Well, you don't have to. You can book for whenever, right, Nick? You book.
But I don't want to wait. I don't want to be there with an infant. But
if
it happens when we're on the ship, it happens. I can't control the birth of my child.
You can make your next baby.
You decided not to pull out.
You can make your next baby on board.
Make another baby.
Or you can book the Atlantis cruise if you're into that too. Whatever. I'm not judging.
I might have to give that a try. Yeah, I might have to give that a try. We'll see what fatherhood looks like. I might be doing that. It's a solo Atlantis cruise.
So, Chris, did you get all the poop nuggets cleaned out of the carpet? Are we good there? How's everything with your rug?
Poop nuggets are off the carpet. Do I regret it a little bit? Sure, because that could have been a contemporary piece, like of modern art. I've seen that museum. I went there with SG, and it was it looked exactly like most of the art I saw in the modern wing of the art museum. Not knocking any artists, but your art does look like dog shit smeared on a carpet. But anyway,
so they did have a urinal.
So they did. See. So yes, I did clean up the shit on my carpet, and then I had to the next day. Let me see. Was it the next day? No, the chaos waited until Saturday. So Wednesday was the shit show. Snowed on Friday, which was great. Picking up snow, shoveling snow with recovering from an injury. Lots of fun.
It made up for the 2 years that you haven't had snow, because you sent me those pictures.
Right.
It was like
a
snow oasis.
Yeah, I get a house, and it hasn't snowed for 2 years. I get a house that snows twice in 1 week. So did
that hurt your Achilles? Like when it's cold here, my knees hurt because I'm old.
Yeah, it's it doesn't tickle, Scott. It's the absolute worst. It's the absolute worst. So what hurts even more is when I can't rest, which is exactly what happened this week. So I do the snow. I come in, FaceTime with Emily's mom, and Emily's running the dishwasher, or so I thought. I was like, dishwasher sounds pretty strong stream, huh? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you don't hear that running water? I was like, you doing the wash? So no, I haven't touched any of those things. Big surprise. No, I'm just kidding. Alex, cut that, please. I'll give you $20 to cut that.
Alex, do not cut that.
$30, so
I'll give you 40 to keep
it. So, go down to the basement, and the utility sink that overflows from the sewage line collapsed a couple months ago. Totally full overflowing. Just totally. And not only is it overflowing, it had been overflowing for like an hour. So the
sump pump wasn't working.
Oh, it was like it was so loud.
Nick, are you okay?
Yeah, I looked to see. I was like, did Nick do a surprise visit? Is Nick down here? He didn't tell me he was in town. So water all over the sewage, water all over the floor. Yeah. So I used to throw the basement out. I just dumped dirt in it. There's no coming back from that, right? No, luckily it was because not luckily, it sucks. My sewage line broke again. So you have to go through insurance when you do stuff like this, right? So they go in. I didn't talk about this.
Did you tell them that some of the sewage got in the carpet in the office?
Yeah. They just took a utility knife, cut the carpet out like I was going to do anyway. So when I had this problem a couple months ago, the first guy that came here didn't want to do anything. I was like, "Did you find anything? Are you gonna run a camera down the sewage line?" He goes, "No, you just pulled some dirt out of there, but nothing crazy." And I said to him, "So there's nothing, you're not gonna run a camera?" "No, have a good day." And he left. I was like, "Oh, okay." And so the company calls. He's like, "Hey, we just following up? How did it go?" I was like, "To be honest with you, not good." He cleared the line that the township came and cleared yesterday, so he did nothing. He said he pulled dirt out of the pipes, out of the sewage line. I was like, I'm not an expert plumber, but I don't remember flushing any dirt down the toilet. I don't think there should be dirt in the pipes. So they sent someone out. There was a break in the line, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to replace half of the sewage line."
Nick's an expert plumber. He's got no problem cleaning out pipes.
We're going to replace half of the sewage line. I was like, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll take it. So they replaced half of the line, and when the guy's doing the line, I said, "Don't you want to do the rest of it?" He's like, "Oh no, we have to run a camera, and the insurance company won't pay for that." I was like, "Well, how much would that be?" It's like $100. I think the insurance company won't pay $100 to run a line, so they can just do the job in one shot. It's like, yeah, man, we're at the mercy of them. So that was 3 weeks ago. It just backed up again because the other half of the sewage line broke.
So hold up.
Yes.
When they said it was $100, why didn't you just pay the $100?
Because it's my insurance company. I can't tell them what to do. They got to listen to the insurance company. I can't do that because I interfere, Scott, and then it's then they're like, nope. Yeah, you touched it. Now you did it.
Oh,
you got to play their game. It's very frustrating.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting for a call back from Monday. Currently it's Wednesday. So you're at their mercy. So anyway, so now it backed up again. So they are coming back out. So what did I do? As soon as there was a flood in the basement, I said to Emily, "It's like, yeah, if you don't mind, if you clean it, I'm going to make some phone calls." So I just I played Angry Birds on my phone for 40 minutes, and then I called the insurance company.
So hold on, you made her clean up the sewage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your pregnant wife?
It was diluted sewage. There's so much clean water. But anyway, so still waiting for a call back for them to replace everything else. But anyway, so the problem was my toilet. You know when your toilet's going bad, the mechanism inside, you flush it and it just keeps running and running and running and running and running. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's what happened. It was running.
Isn't it called a cock and ball or something?
Well, wait, two totally different comments here.
Isn't it called a cock and ball or something like that?
It's a cock and not what the person at Home Depot called it, but maybe on the streets. Maybe on the streets. So
all four of my toilets are constantly running. I have to go and jiggle the little thing.
So when you don't have a backed up sewage line, it's fine. You just pay a little bit more for water that month, but it doesn't back up into your house. But when the water can't get out to the street, it just goes all into your basement. So it was mostly clean water. I'd say 98% water, 2% piss. So it's not bad, right?
What about the shit?
We didn't poop yet that day. So it was in the morning. It was in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the morning.
Well, do you know how the gays clean out our sewage line? Chipotle.
Can you imagine a gay plum coming and calling me, yeah, my sewer's backed up. Did you try just stuffing a burrito down the sewer line? Did you try some guac? Plumber comes to my house, there's burritos stuck in all the pipes. Like, what are you doing here? So anyway, so my dad comes over and he's like, we got to fix this toilet. I was like, all right. Because my dad cannot let things go for a long period of time. So I told him the bathroom thing, the toilet was bad. I said, it's not a big deal. It's not time sensitive. He comes over I didn't buy it. So he comes over. He said, did you get that thing? I was like, no. So he comes over like a half hour later. He brand new from Home Depot, buys the whole mechanism. We're going to go replace it. It's like, okay. All right. So you go upstairs. You have to take the tank off the back of the toilet. I get the big job. So we get everything assembled. Get the old piece out, put the new piece in. We put the tank on the on the toilet, and I just bought some new power tools. So I'm really excited to use them.
So you have random holes everywhere, don't you?
So there's 2 bolts that hold on the tank, right? And I was like, why would I hand tighten these bolts when I have a power ratchet that's so much faster? So I put it on the bolt and I'm pressing real slow. I'm going to crank this shit up, and I just press it as hard as I can go, and pop. You shouldn't be using power tools on a ceramic toilet, I've learned, because I tightened the bolt way too much and the toilet exploded. So now we just, it was the most frustrating thing, because we spent like an hour getting this mechanism out and in just to have to go out and buy a new toilet completely. So then we had to go to Home Depot and just get a whole new toilet. So my shit show of a week has continued. My literal shit show of a week. Literally. Yeah, stay tuned, because the plumbers haven't called. Guarantee you it's going to back up again. And hopefully it will be after a pee and not a poo, because cleaning up the poo from the basement might be, I might have to sell the house. If that happens, if something besides water comes up from that utility sink, I might have to move in with one of you guys, because I think I might have to abandon ship.
Yes, you can move in here. That would be fun. Okay. We'd have so much fun.
Cool. Deal.
Done.
I'll live in the West Wing.
There you go. There you go. With us, so if you've noticed, I'm not really doing the shout outs at the end of the podcast anymore. And it's important to me that we support all of our friends' podcasts and YouTube channels. So I'm like looking for kind of unique ways to do it. You know, Dane came on last week. So with us is the Sophisticated Gentleman to talk about season 2 of Cases of Continuity. Now, SG, I got to tell you, I've missed Travels and Tribulations, but you are super busy. You are balls deep in science right now, and a lot of things going on there.
Who's balls deep in what?
Science.
Oh.
Nick, I didn't know you'd legally change your name.
Yeah, so season 2
I was wondering how to respond to that. That was
I had no response. So season 2 of Cases of Continuity ironically deals with 2 individuals who for many years people have theorized are actually engaged in a gay relationship. Dr. Holmes and Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Are you pandering, or is that true?
No, I feel like that's something that people say a lot. Is that not a common?
I've heard that theory.
Not that I didn't aware of.
Is this like Bert and Ernie?
I'd say Bert and Ernie, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bert and Ernie are a classic as well. Or Seinfeld and the, shorter guy, right? Weren't they? Or I've never seen Seinfeld.
Really?
Are they not?
I did see a sex tape of them.
They kind of look like Bert and Ernie. But
I didn't know if it was canon or not.
But anyways, with season 2 of Case of Continuity, I am now going from a movie series with season 1 to a book series in season 2, digging into the original 9 Sherlock Holmes books written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, looking at the individual cases that Sherlock Holmes solved and also some of the recurring characters throughout those mysteries, and really just seeing how the characters developed throughout that. So I'm looking forward to digging into each one, looking at a completely different time period. Last time I was looking at the mid-20th century. Now I'm looking at Victorian England, which I think will be a really neat way to look at how books were published back then, serialized in magazines, things of that nature. And I'm super excited to be discussing not just the books, but also how each of those individual mysteries were applied to a variety of different ways that you've probably seen on screen, whether it's the Sherlock TV show or the old-fashioned 1940s Basil Rathbone movies or the Robert Downey Jr. movies. So I'm super excited to look at that source material, dig into that, and then see how it's been applied in other senses.
I love that. Okay, so during the first season, you did Cases of Continuity, James Bond. So you'd watch the James Bond movie, you talk about the continuity and the history and stuff behind it. I love how you have so much on your plate right now. So you're like, you know what? Let's dissect a whole book. Let me task myself with reading a book a week of Sherlock Holmes and dissecting it and doing the history on it.
Yeah, well, that's why I wait until February, because, you know, I figured I'll put it off a month, and then I made the mistake of making a trailer saying it was coming out in early February. So now I'm committed to early February.
Yeah,
so,
you sound like me buying something on my credit card.
Precisely.
Yeah. No, that's really exciting because Sherlock Holmes is someone that I've always wanted to dig into.
Wait.
Wait a second.
Nick's like, I'll be Sherlock Holmes.
Well, I saw the, okay, you're going to have to help me out with this. There was this one story where there was a snake in the vent.
Yeah, the Speckled Band.
Speckled Band. I saw that on at the Walnut Street Theater, oldest theater in America. Actually, saw that play there. Very interesting. Love a good mystery. Love a good whodunit, if you will. So really excited to hear this series on it, because I don't know if I'll read the book, but maybe I'll read the Cliff's Notes on the book and then listen to the episode, because I really like. I really like murder mysteries, and I don't know if Sherlock Holmes is all murder mysteries or not. Are they?
No, they're not all murder mysteries. And there's a number of completely random left field ones that you'd be like, why is this person talking to Sherlock Holmes? And then he solves the mystery.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that because I love a good mystery.
Like, schools may be able to play your podcast as kind of like a supplemental guide when they're reading Sherlock Holmes. This is brilliant.
Oh, I hope not, but I don't want to subject the children of the modern age to have to listen to my voice.
Stop it. Well, sophisticated gentlemen, thank you so much for swinging by. I'm so excited. I'm so excited anytime someone's creating content and you're so passionate about your craft, and you're on DizHiz a lot. You're balls deep into science, and now you're doing the Sherlock Holmes, reading that. So much respect for you. You're killing it. Love you. Miss you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this platform as well. Appreciate it, y'all.
Of course, man.
I also, Ryan, before you get off, I want to get off real quick and tell you that I'm working on a new T-shirt design. I was going to make it say, I love Cases of Continuity, but I thought it was a little long. So I'm just going to abbreviate it. Our new I Love Cock shirts will be out next week.
The COC.
And we lost Ryan already.
COC.
Good old COC.
Sophisticated gentlemen, you are more than welcome to stick around for Chris's Cliff Notes, which are coming right now.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff Notes way.
We started off the episode talking about how Sarah's afraid to ride the Tower of Terror. I was scared to ride it at first too, Sarah, but Nick's penis is not as scary as I thought it would be. Scott's wife said she likes to get some color. Scott replied, see, I told you could say that word.
Oh my God. Wow.
Scott put together a really nice birthday compilation for Sarah, which was really great. We only got one complaint on it. Lewis ended his shout out with something in Spanish. I'm surprised Scott kept it in because he did text him back asking him to resend it in American.
Oh boy.
Nick talked about how he doesn't know where he is anymore because he's exhausted from traveling. Reminds me of my toes because I have no idea where they are anymore. Not because I'm exhausted, but because I'm morbidly obese and I haven't seen them in months.
That was good.
Nick was talking about how he was on the Royal Caribbean cruise and met the umpire of the Savannah Bananas. He then boarded the Atlantis cruise and met 45 more umpires of bananas.
There are pitchers and catchers.
Nick talked about this impressive thing on the cruise ship where there's like this gaping fountain that shoots water something like 10 decks high. After Sean was done climaxing, they went to the water show at the Aqueduct.
Oh boy.
And lastly, Nick talked about how he watched The Wizard of Oz on the cruise ship. Now, fun fact, I actually auditioned to be one of the Munchkins on the cruise ship. And I was awarded the role for Dorothy's house. Those are my Cliff Notes.
Thank you so much, Chris.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
You can connect with us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse and become a Patreon member. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. When we go live on Wednesday nights, if you want to watch. On behalf of this sophisticated gentleman, our producer, Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.
No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of kids, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. In community where Scott makes his stand. Bold and proud with the mic in his hand. Loving dogs too much, in awkwardness he thrives. Social interactions where hilarity arrives. Chris has come back with cards to trade. Tears for no job, but in collections he's made. Pokemon cards and Cliff's Notes to share. A podcast journey with a comedic flair. No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of kids, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. Sarah Archer is princess seeking a deal. Vintage collector with a taste so real. Food truck critic surviving the test. Mispronouncing Spanish, she gives it her best. Nick from Sandpiper, our emotional support. With vacation dreams and a heart open wide. Flirtatious banter, innuendos that play. In a world of laughter where friendships sway. Uber job and Gambian star met on Instagram. From near and far, scammer turned friends against the odds. In the podcast chaos where everyone nods. No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of chaos, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of chaos, we're the ones who hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. Where adulting unfolds.